Everyone's talking about the Legion. You've won the city's heart.
Too bad about the gent. The man had a brilliant mind.
Look at those fires. Jane has brought many soldiers, yes? Rosalind may wish to start practicing her curtsies. I wonder if they even know we're here. I should have guessed as much. Beware. Have cannons sighted on us. Have made it this far already. This bodes ill for the Queen, I think. We shall need something stronger than swords and spells to break through this gate, I think. Those ruins up ahead. That looks like an old Legion outpost. Come now, up you get.
Back to the fight.
I thought you were part of Jane's advance guard. Never been happier to be wrong. We're nearly too late. The enemy will soon take the rear entrance into the mines. My men and I came here to collapse the entrance with our cannons, but were taken by surprise.
Do we have enough time to seal the rear entrance?
I believe so. But you'll need ammunition. We've used the ruins on this mountainside as storehouses. Take this key. Some of them are locked. Our cannons are past me, down the path, on a perch overlooking the entrance. Once you've found what you need, you can fire the cannons and collapse the entrance into the mine.
I'll head to the ruins now.
Thank you. I'd go, but I don't think I have much time left. One of the ruins is down this path, past our cannons on the overlook. You walked past the other two already. We used the big one as a camp, but the Azunites seized it. You'd have to blow open the gates to get inside. Regaining control of the camp would help us hold the mountainside. But nothing is more important than collapsing the mine entrance. I wish you luck. Leave me. Collapse the entrance while you still can.
And look, is that our dear Roderick?
Stand your ground, men! We can't let them into the mines!
Get inside the cave!
That's it! Fall back! Collapse the entrance behind us!
Never seen a waterfall so high in the mountains before. Pretty though.
Nice bones. Look what you done. Think you can just blow up the mountain as you please, huh? Fool soldiers, playing war games you don't understand. Always eager to tear things down. You just blew up my front door.
Ah, then you have an excuse to redecorate. Perhaps this time you will build a door that actually resembles a door, yes?
Yes, and a damn good one. Kept your gits off my side of the mountain.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? You all look like you stepped out of a Stonebridge parlor room. I've never seen prettier mountain man. To answer your question, I'm Ibsen Yamas IV, and this is my home. It's far from your civilized world, and I wouldn't have it in—
Are you any relation to the famous Ibsen Yamas? The overseer of Glacern?
Unfortunately, yes. I've lived long enough to see everything my ancestors built come crashing down. The whole country's falling apart. I don't need any of that. Everyone tries to rebuild the old kingdom, but all they do is tear things up even more.
We need to find a way into the Glitterdelve mines. Do you know how to get inside?
Through this pass? There's a way, but good luck finding it. The blizzards are fierce around here. All that snow will turn an experienced mountaineer around. But I'll make you an offer. You fix my front door, and I'll show you the way.
Your front door was a wall of crystalline ice. How do we replace that?
This isn't just any mountain. That waterfall you just walked past. A bit peculiar to have flowing water here, don't you think? That's geomancy at work. Dwarven magic. It can do all sorts of things. In this case, it heats the rocks and stops the water from freezing, so it'll flow into the mines. Fresh water year-round. It's all part of a vast magical system. The Stone Stream. Amazing work of art. Disrupt that, and that waterfall will—
All right. If that's what it takes, then we'll do as you say.
Perhaps not the best way, but let's face it, it's damn cold up here. I vote for expediency.
Good. It's hardly something to worry about, anyway. The Stone Stream's magic moves through conduits all over this mountain. 3 of them flow out to the surface in this pass. They burst out of raised holes in the ground, an odd floating line of stones. Hit them a few times and you'll collapse the opening. Believe me, you won't hurt anything.
Very well. We'll return when the job is done.
I'll be here. Now, if I can avoid any more visitors, I just might salvage my day. I say this because I saw some royalists bumbling about the past like a bunch of lost cubs. Thought you might want to know. Tell you what, if you find them, feel free to bring them back. Everyone seems to need my help right now. Might as well be a gracious host.
are the floating stones. We're supposed to destroy them, no? Here are wayward sheep, and already they are menaced by wolves.
Who are you? You're not with Jane by the looks of it.
Do I look like I'd be caught dead marching and saluting and praying to dear Saint Jane? I think not.
I'm sorry. These storms have completely turned us around, and we can hardly be expected to know friend from foe. We're grateful for your help. Do you know a way out of this pass?
There's a cave not far from here where you can take shelter.
We'll follow your lead.
You brought guests, I see. I thought you might go hunting for them. You seemed like the type.
A do-gooder?
A meddler, but at least one with good intentions. Take this for your trouble. Your sorry lot will be staying with me. When you're rested, I'll show you how to get back to your glorified cave.
Your waterfall is frozen now.
Quite a sight, isn't it? As for our deal, here, take this stone. It's a lodestar, a very special kind of rock the dwarves discovered long ago. Certain gems will glow when a lodestar is nearby. Gives off a bright light that'll pierce even the angriest snowstorm. The dwarves placed clusters of these gems on the mountain and used them like beacons. Clever little fellows, I'll admit.
Can you point me in a direction at least?
Head west and follow the lights. You'll find your way. While you're out there, you might happen upon a cave. I'll let you in on a secret. It makes for pretty poor shelter. Swarming with Dakin wares and frost imps. Nasty place. Though it could be nice one day if those buggers were cleared out. Do me this favor and I'll toss a little something your way. Good luck out there. Do help yourself to that chest. I may be irritable, but I'm not ungrateful.
Over you.
Am I losing my mind to the frost fever, or are those stones glowing? This would have to be the cave Ibsen is searching for. Yes.
What is it now?
I cleared out that cave. The beasts are all dead.
Really? I'm beginning to think it was worthwhile having to deal with you. No. Now that was a silly thought. Altitude must be getting to me. A promise is a promise, though. Take these. You need them more than I ever will.
To the fight.
We are not far. I can see the entrance of the path.
Stay calm. Don't let them surround you. No matter. Come help us. for an unwelcome surprise. My men fought bravely. We'll have to save the greetings for later. Follow me.
What's this? How did you get here?
Calm yourself, Phineas. Our friend here helped us seal the rear entrance. We're all thankful for your heroics in the swamp. Especially those scouts whose lives you saved. I have no doubt that you'll prove your worth again.
I don't doubt your worth. Your timing is just uncanny. No matter. Jane is doing her best to flood these mines with her men. Their numbers are great, and they've employed a fearsome creature. An old, blind, but powerful war beast. It trampled many of our men. We fell back and collapsed the main entrance, but others remain. For now, we are just trying to hold the Azunites back.
I met her soldiers outside. How long since the fighting began?
3 days, and we won't last another. Listen, Queen Rosalind will want to see you. She's still in her court. Just follow the path up the well.
The well? I assume that's what we're standing in at the moment.
The deep well, actually. That's what the dwarves called it, when they were here. This chamber led to all the riches found in these mines. The wellspring of dwarven culture. The name was a mark of respect.
The Azunites are a formidable enemy. How have you fared against Jane Cassander?
Not well. We're trying to seal all the tunnels that connect to the surface. But Jane has hundreds of soldiers, and they attack from every direction at once. It's only a matter of time before we're overrun.
I'll go and find the Queen. Good luck to you.
We'll stay here a while longer and make sure that the tunnels will hold. I'll see you at the court.
It's good to see you again. May Azunai keep you safe.
Strange that a hole in the ground could be so beautiful, no?
Leave the tunnel watching to us. The Queen's in the other direction, up the well.
Follow the path up the deep well. Queen Rosalind's in her court. It's not far.
Those flare-ups will cook you alive. There won't be any more explosions like the blast of 943. The dwarves built these magic fans to keep the air clear.
Worry, those platforms are safer. But then they look, just touch the crystal to make it move.
Forgive me, but I'm not entirely sure I trust this platform not to pitch us into the abyss below.
These tunnels aren't safe, friend. Jane strains our lines as we speak. Go and see the Queen while there's time.
I think I will not be looking over the edge.
Strange, isn't it? They call it the Stone Stream. Been here for years, and it still confuses everyone but Phineas.
I've never seen a royal court before. Will it be elegant, do you think? Lords and ladies in silks and jewels, romance and intrigue?
Her Highness is just through this passageway. Please hurry.
I suppose that would be a no on the silks and jewels and elegance. I hold little hope for the romance and intrigue.
Is it true? Are you really from the 10th
Queen
Legion?
Rosalind had a dozen maids in Glayson, but we are all that's left.
They told me.
I worry about... my husband in these drafty caverns. He'll catch his death.
can scarce believe my eyes. Queen Rosalind, these are our friends from the swamp, the ones who helped us escape.
You!
You couldn't know them, my queen. Perhaps you saw their kinsmen in a painting, so they only seem familiar.
I saw you in the Mournweald, when you spoke to the golden-haired child. Was it only a dream, or were you really there?
I don't know if I dreamed the child or not. Lucas remembered nothing of what happened in the forest.
I've met the child before, but only in dreams. 3 nights ago, I saw him again. The child said that Jane and her army were near. That's why I told Lord Devonsey to collapse the front gate.
Did the child say anything more?
Only that help was coming. 3 days after the siege began.
Jane was clever this time. She traveled only by night, and she kept her army small and silent. We would never have been ready if the Queen hadn't warned us.
You said that you've met the child more than once?
The first time was the night my father was killed, and we fled his court in Glayson.
It was Her Majesty's dream that led us safely here. She kept her calm. So young, but very much a queen.
Every time Jane comes close to catching us, the child warns me and we escape. It's happened twice more since Glayson.
Your Majesty, I was sent here to find you. The Legion seeks an alliance with the royal court.
An alliance? I'm not sure the Queen is ready to take such a radical step.
Am I not? My father refused to reconcile with the Legion. He kept his pride and lost himself a kingdom. If not for these Legionnaires, you would still be trapped in the swamp, and I would be at Jane Cassinda's mercy. For that alone, I trust them.
This is not a matter of trust, Your Majesty, but of appearances. The Legion murdered your grandfather.
The Legion murdered no one. You were a Legionnaire yourself. You should know.
Are you so sure you know the truth? Were you there? Were you privy to the Grand Master's council, as I was?
I'll hear no more talk of my grandfather's murder. Whatever the truth may be, these Legionnaires are our guests, and our friends.
The signal? So soon? Jane moved faster than we thought. We're not ready to repel her.
Can you pull back, further into the mines? I've heard that the Glitter Delve is vast.
No more running. The Radiant Youth has always told me when I had to flee. This time, he sent you.
The Jane soldiers are pushing their way into the mining tunnels above and below us. I'd thought to collapse those tunnels more quickly, but my people are too few. We need to drive back the enemy soldiers, set black powder charges at each of the mining tunnels, and get out of the way before they collapse.
No time to waste then. I'll head for the mining tunnels.
Roderick is my officer in charge. He's probably on his way to the tunnels.
And thank you. It means a great deal to have the Legion at my side.
I see that everyone's been introduced. Please, Legionnaire, come speak to me when you have a moment. Welcome to our home. Not the most lavish of courts, I'll admit, but it's not without a certain homely charm. Still, what little we do have is at risk. You know this all too well, I'm sure. The battle for this mountain will determine the Queen's future, but also at issue are the riches of the past, dwarven treasures that must be preserved.
The floating stones I've seen. You're trying to protect things like that?
Levitating stones are but a trifle. Humble reminders of Glitterdelve's geomantic dependency. Floating stones, flowing water, even the giant fans. All would be impossible if not for the stone stream.
But can the stone stream help us in battle?
Perhaps. Its effect is pervasive. We might be able to manipulate it to our advantage. Still, that would be a drastic course of action. For the time being, we must protect what we can.
What exactly are you trying to protect?
Geomantic artifacts are scattered throughout these mines. Tomes, devices, enchantments. And Paynite. One of the rarest gems in all of Ebb. Key to the greatest accomplishments of geomancy.
Why is painite so valuable?
Geomancers often used the term facilitator to describe substances that amplify the reach and flow of magic. Among their scholars, no facilitator was accorded higher value than painite.
You want me to find some painite, I assume?
Yes, you have a lodestar already, so you'll know how to use this. It's a lodestar that reacts to the presence of painite. A dozen samples will be sufficient. I will greatly appreciate it if you bring them to me.
I had better head to the mining tunnels.
May the battle go well. Every second that Jane is held back could make the difference.
You're the ones that helped Lord Devonshire get out of the swamp. The General swears by your prowess in battle. I've been instructed to sell you supplies at a steep discount. At a loss, to be honest. We'd give them away, but resources are scarce. Is there any chance you'll be going to the southern mines, perhaps?
Tell us what you need. If it's as important as you say, we'll find the time.
Something valuable was left behind. A weapon of advanced make. Jane may have numbers, but she can't match the ingenuity of our weaponsmiths. The weapon is a rifle that can fire several shots before reloading. With it, a single soldier is more valuable than 10. The design hasn't been perfected yet, but we're close. When we fled from the Azanites, the rifle was left behind in a crystal cavern in the mines. We must recover it before Jane's men find it.
Where in the cavern is it exactly?
I don't know. It was hectic. We had to fall back immediately. I was in the middle of testing the weapon. I think I dropped it near a group of crystals, but that's all I can remember. I'm sorry.
We'll try to bring the rifle back to you.
Be careful. Those mines are probably swarming with Azanites now.